Hi to everyone, this is Yazid. So this is question 3 of Microsoft Access database. So let us go through this question on this. We see how we can answer. You have been approached by the computer club president in your school to design for them a database. Study the information below and answer the question below. So this is the table, all the information over the data they collected. So you can see the code, student name, class, paid at start, then date, membership fee. That's heading. So they organized this data for you, and they told us to use this data to maybe come up with or to design a database system. So they said create a database called the computer club and create a table called student table with the appropriate data types and enter the data above. So we should think of before we deal or before we continue, we should hand this part with a lot of attention, so that everything below here become okay. So when you start with this question, you organize and you choose appropriate data type and you do everything in a proper way. In temporary, this question will be very simple for you. So before we continue, we should think of a way how to solve this, how to come up with a table in Access. Without wasting time, let us go to our Access and we try to create a table in this format, and we see how we can answer the rest of the questions. So when you go to your database, you go to blank database, you create a database. They said a database they want to create, it is called they said we should create a database. The title of that file or database is called computer club. So when you create this one, when you go to file name a database, you should able to put the name there, the computer club, computer club as the file name. But think or where you want to keep this file. So to me, I'll choose my folder on desktop and I store that file from there, this database lesson. So I'll select that folder and I open that folder and I see the file is there and I confirm whether this one name is okay. If it's okay, then I'll add that file also there, so that when I want to access that file again, I'll just go there to my desktop and open that database lesson so that I can launch that file again. So from there, after confirming the file name and even the location, I will be able to, I'll continue to create this file. So when you create your default interface, you see of Access this one, they create for a table by default table 1, and they give you this just as a demo. You can either create another one, or you can close, or you can modify the default one. So our question, the first thing they told us to do is to create a database called computer club and finish that one. Then we create a table called student table. So we should create another table called student table. So from there, let us try to go to a table. We right click this one, the default one. We want to use this one, or you can close just close this one to create another one. You go to create and you go to create table, or you can go to table design, just right click, save, then put the name. They said we should call it computer student at student table. So create then okay, let's save. Then we remove the space. I think space. I think then let us create the save. Then we first put the field name before we assign that name, before that name is assigned. So let us go to the first field. The first field is called code, and if you have to see, this one will hold the primary key as a unique identifier. So the first thing the first field name is code. Then another field is called student name, and student name. Then another field is called class. Then another field is called ID at start. Then another field, name, date. Another field is code. Another field is code. Date. Another field, let us put that one, that is a reserved word, that's why they're giving that one. Another name is called membership fee. So membership fee, membership fee. So from there we go to our tail question, and we see we choose the appropriate data type. We can see this one short text because it's a mixture of number and letter. This one short text, this one short text because it's a mixture of number and letter. This one is yes or no because there is tick and blank. Then this one date and time, stock time. This one is number. So from there, let us go and put that our appropriate data type. So this one we are going to short text. This one short text. This is class short text. This is paid at start, date and time. So on this one, paid at start, let me check. Paid at start, that is yes or no. Yes or no. What? Yes or no. Data type. Then date and date. This is date, stock time. Then membership fee. We agree this is number. So this is the appropriate data type that we supposed to have. Then we save. Data, they say table is called student table, then click OK. So we before that we first click on this, and we give it a primary key. So we agree according to this question. You can see this one will act as a unique identifier of we hold the primary key. So let us assign that primary key and that field, and we put their primary key. From there we save. Then we close. So we can see here, if we open, you can see what is coming. So this is what we are supposed to have. So let us try to enter data M00 M001. It is called M001. So M001, student name, let us go. It's called Mugabe U. Then class is S4. Okay, S4. Okay, class is code AC, class S4. Okay, then paid tick, just tick, date 3/2/2007, 3/2/2007, 3/2/2007, 2007. So membership fee 1,200 favor 500 1,000, maybe something like that. It's called 1,000. So 2,500. That is it, I think. 2,500. That is it. So I think that is the amount. That is 2,500. I think that is it. Another person is M002. Then we supposed to enter that data until we finish everything. So when you complete everything, you come up with this kind of data. So this is what you're supposed to have. Oh, let me check this one. Is turned to this one. Let me go to from this. Then I change to design. I want to have tick. Let me check class by that start. Supposed to be yes or no. Yes or no. Yes. Then I save the change. Okay. Okay, let me open again. Yes, this is what I want. So this is what I supposed to have. After you enter data, you're supposed to come up with this. Let us try to answer the parts. They said we create a foreign credits whose membership have name between A, B, and the name, and this query is called AG. It is called AG query. So we're supposed to have this query, but the name we want to create a query whose member have one name between A and B. So it means their name is supposed to begin with A and letter B. In between, from letter A and between. So even if first one is beginning with B, but beyond G, we don't want to. So let us answer this question. Our question after creating the table. So our first question, they said create the following queries whose membership. They said create the following queries whose members have Roman numeral 1 name between A and G. So which implies that write the membership or members that they begin with letter maybe B, C, D. But this one A is excluded, even G is excluded. It means letters in between. B, we expect someone beginning with B and D. So we are expecting to see this one with B, G, what. But beyond that one, like this one, we don't want to see this one or what we don't want to see. So the expression, the query that will bring that, let us try to go in our table and see. So let us close this. So let us go and create a table, create a query. Go to create a query from query design. Then we add that table. Then we close this table. We select all the fields. Then we take it here and let us just make it big so that we can see what we're doing. So we go to under field code name. We write there the criteria, and we say like space. We open quotation because what we're gonna write is text, and we open what we call square bracket because we want to lock we don't want to see something beyond this. So we want to see B, someone with beginning with B, in between B and maybe it's supposed to be A and G. So we gonna close this square bracket, but remember someone is beginning with B but is having other letters, so we put some this star to represent other letters or other characters for that name. Then we close quotation, then we run that query, and we can see that these guys, they are in between. But remember, we don't want to see G excluded. If we go to the question, they said write a query between A and G. So if someone say write a query with those personals that begin with A and G, me probably this one is not included, even this one not included. So we can go to that query and modify it. Let us go to design and modify it. So the proper query is supposed to be between G and maybe F, so that we exclude B and A. No, we are excluding A. That is, instead of A we begin with B. So between B and F, implying that this one in letters, we have B and F will be included there. But remember, in our question we want to begin with A and end with G, which implies the question in itself is telling us we don't want to see someone beginning with A, we don't want to see someone beginning with G. So make sure you just write those one in between those letters, but we don't want one with beginning with A or G. So to avoid that, to avoid someone with G to appear instead of G, we bring it back to F, because we know that A, B, C, D, B in alphabetic B, F is the first one to G. So we don't want to go to G, we want to stop to F on that. So that's why we are writing between B and G. After there, let us write run, and we see. So we can see we are only getting those one with B, F, like that. So we don't want someone with G, we don't have someone with anything A. So we save that query, and they said that query is supposed to be the A G query. So we close that. Another question, they said a code between A 1 to 10 and a code between 1 to 10 and join the membership, the club between 2004 and 2007. So between 2005 and 2007. So which implies we have two criteria. First of all, we're gonna write a criteria in a code field between members with this code, and we have to write a criteria in date between 2005 and 2007. So let us go to our access and we see. So let us go to criteria query, and we create those query. So we add a query. First, let me close this. I close. So let me close even this table. Then we go to create group design, then add that table, then close this, then make sure this one you can see whatever there, then we select all the fields, then we make sure you can see each and everything clear. So under criteria code, they said they want to see someone who is between 1 to 10, between 1 to 10, which implies that 1 is excluded, even 10 is excluded. So we want to see 2 to 9, like that. 2 to 9, that is the meaning of that expression. So they want to see someone from this 2 to up to maybe something like a 009. That is what they want to see. So the first thing, we come to code and we write something like, maybe we write expression. It will be like maybe something. Let me write less. I can use less than m the m 00001, and let me see the table. M001, there are 200, M001, and the greater than M001, and I want to see less than. I'm using these operators. I want to see less than M. No, it's supposed to be M010. So that is what I want to see. Let me see. Let me run and I see. Yes, from 2 up to 9. That is what I want. But remember, there are 2 criteria there. So I should go to home. Remember, this is your first criteria. But even date, they said even date. Remember, they added something like between 2004 and 2007. So we must care about that one also. So I'll write in date, we write we include month and even date. That is date format. We write expression date format. So between 2004 and 2007, in between there, so we just say greater than. I would say greater than. We know 2004. Between 2004, if I want to go to 2004 2005, go to 2005. So which implies that I will just say greater than. I will begin with 20, or I'll begin with 31st. I write greater than 31st. We know 31st is the last day in a year. So 31st December 2004. And okay, let me use builder to see that one clearly. So and less than, that is greater than, I think, and less than, we know the first month is first, and the first month is that one, then 2007. So I don't want to see something beyond that. So when I finish that one, I click OK. So from there, I run my what? So you can see only one person is qualifying to be here. So is only one person. So let us go to step 1 to see. Only one person is having this and is having this here. So all the criteria are being cared. Only one person is qualifying to reflect there. So this criteria, they said this criteria, let us see, this criteria was meant to be called, let us go to the question. The criteria, they said we name it this name. So let us name this one. We go to our what, and we save. So we close. You can see this is the query they wanted. Then let us go to another question. They said create a form from 001 to 0010. So and name it this form, and in the form above, add the form above add the date and time and the header, the Wizard Club 2000 what 20. So this is what they want as the heading. So font 24 and the footer of your name and the maybe your number. So what we can do is to create a form from this query you have just created. So we can create a form from Wizard, or then you select the query which one they wanted to create a form from is this one. So we take all the fields, then we click next, then we leave that one by default. So they said this form is supposed to be called they said we call it form. We just remove that one and put form, then we modify, because they said we add title, we add date and time, then we add a footer. So our title, we just modify this one. We're gonna modify this one, and we write what they told us to write. So from there we just modify the default one. We write what is inside the question. They said we write this word in what the Wizard Club 2020. So from there they said we should add date and time. Then another thing they said we should add a footer. We bring a space here, we look for label, we click on it, and then we have that cursor. Then we draw a text box where you can put name, our name as a footer, and maybe number, our number. So that is it as a footer. Another thing they said this one must be, they said this one must be in 24 footers. Font size supposed to be 24. Then what else? So this is what they wanted. Then we can increase the space so that we can care for. So this is what they wanted. Then what else? I think we save the changes, then we close, and we see what is there. Let us see. Click there and we see. So you can see our form. This is the heading, this is the time and date, and this is the footer. This is what I wanted. So let us go to the question, another part, and we see. They said create a report with the name in ascending order and tabular layout, and name it computer report. So they said create a report from the tables here. Create a report, the name and ascending order and the tabular layout. So we go to our create tab, then we go to report wizard, then we select table, student table, then we take all the field, then we click next, then we make sure they said here we don't have group. They didn't ask about group. They said we want ascending order. They want to sort something there. They said with name in ascending order. So come here, click name. Where is name? Student name. Make sure it is ascending, then it's okay. Then click next. They said they want tabular, it's okay. Then click next. Then is there any modification they told us? No, they said only we name this one. So that is it. We click, we put the title. The title was called computer report. Then we finish. This is what we expect to see. So this one, the space is not enough. We must add just and we we create a space for this one. So let us go to design. We close, we close, we close, we close this, and we put this report into design view so that we can create space for this one and the other. So let us just adjust the distance, the width for these two columns, for these two. So move this one this side, so I adjust it a bit. I select on with this one and then make sure they are the same size. Okay, I think it's enough. Then class, we bring it behind, we reduce the width. I think it's enough. Then guide, I think it's okay. Then date, we bring it back, then we adjust. Then fee, membership fee, let us put it here. Then so let us save the changes, then we close, then we open and we see whether yes, now we can save everything clearly. So that is it. And then they said, given that the complete membership is 20,000, create a query to display their balance in a new field. Save it as balance and save the query as balance. So this is the query we are gonna modify. So given that the complete membership is 20,000, so we can see in the table either they paid something which is not 20,000, so either they are still either they completed, other didn't complete. So we supposed to create something that can bring a balance. This is the total money they supposed to pay, but they out of this one they paid something. So to get the balance, this one the total minus what they have paid. So this is a query we're gonna do. We're gonna create a query. Let us close this report. Then we go to create, then query. From query design, add this table, close, select everything, take all the field, then make sure the distance is okay. We can save everything. Then under new field, click there. Let us use builder. We say, given that equal maybe equal sign, we can bring with equal sign, begin with equal sign, 20,000 equal 20,000. Given that that is the actual money supposed to pay, I think that is 20,000. Yes, 20,000 minus what the membership fee, what they have money to pay. So let me go to my database, then table, student table, then membership fee. This is what they have paid. Then I click OK. But remember, this what we don't want to see there. They said we should put balance. Okay, let us write balance as in membership balance. So this is the field name. So we run the query, we can see the balance as completed, as didn't complete. So this is how we're supposed to be. Another thing they said, create a query to filter out to all those members from A6, name it A6 ICT query. So this is what they told us to create. We're supposed to create A6. So they said create a filter that can filter out only members in this S6. So from the table we can see the other than S4, S5, but for us we want to only get this one with F6, S6. So what you can do, you go to create query, query design. You can take it from query wizard, it's okay, whatever case it may be. So under criteria here, we first set the field. We're gonna use all the field. I think they didn't specify, so we can take all the fields. So from there we can try to create a criteria under class. Yes, class. Here let me use builder to make sure you see clear what I'm writing. So under here I will just say like, I will say like I'll write like, or maybe I'll just open application. I put star, then I put 6, then I put star, then I close okay, I close this application. So what I'm trying to mean is that this star is standing for something like S dot, then something here like science S. So this, the first star is standing for character S something, and another star after 6, it is standing for characters after that 6. So let us try to see the query and whether we run and see. So you can see, so this is the query for A6. They only filtered those one with 6 only. So that is how we can do it. So let us save this query as see they told us to write query A6 ICT query. So that is what they wanted. We rated we wanted to do that. So let us go on to see whether there is another part. They said create, then another part, create another query that will return their year spent in the club in the new field name annual and name it actual years spent. So here we are gonna calculate the actual years they spent, the different. If someone say you're joined this year, now we are in 2000 something, so we want to see how many years you've spent this project. So from there we let us create that return up that one. So from create wizard we add table, we close, we select all the field because they were not specific. So from there we come here new field because we're gonna calculate actual years they spent on the project. So from there what we do, we let us use builder to see what we are doing there clearly. So from there we're gonna use a function called date diff. Date diff is gonna calculate for you this one. This is the function this diff. Let us select that diff. So from there when you use date diff, this one is a date difference, so it is gonna calculate for you difference or the actual years for you that you have spent on the project. So this is the just calculating it. This is the function used to calculate the actual years you spent. So we're gonna rate y 4 times. We know y means years, so those are years 4 times. We want to see the actual years, comma, then we bring the actual date that is we have spent, the actual date, that the joining date of the date that you joined the what this club. Remember it is given in our table, so we go to our table, our student table, and we look for date, that field with date. this is date. You set date, then comma, then we want to get the difference. So from there we can go to common expression, then we will go and we select what we call current date, which means they are gonna differentiate, or they are gonna subtract the current one this year minus the one you joined to get the difference. So this is how we write it so that it can be calculated. Let us close the bracket we just opened here, or at the start, this one. Then we run, or we click OK. Then we run this query. Before running, we must save this field, because they said we create a query that will return their year spent in the club in the, and that new field will be named near years. Then this one, the query will be termed as this. So let us rename this new field as years, as they said in the question. So from there, let us run our query and we see. Let us run. So this is yes, you can see yes here. This they have already calculated. From there, let us save our query. They said we save our query as our actual years spent. So we click OK. We can see it is here. Then we close, and I think that is done. Then another part, I think that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next question.